All right, welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. Today we're kind of going into the future.
Huh.
We're going to be talking about 2074.
Wow, that's far out.
Yeah, it is pretty far out, right? We're using an excerpt called Future Forecasts, 50 years ahead.
Okay.
It's really interesting. I was thinking about it 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, smartphones weren't really a thing.
No, they've
The
been
internet was barely a thing.
really just getting started.
Yeah, just getting started.
Yeah.
So to think 50 years in the future from now, what's it going to be like?
It's hard to imagine, isn't it?
What are you most curious about when you think about 2074?
Well, when I think about it, it's not even necessarily the specific gadgets or anything like that. It's more about, like, the societal shifts.
Oh, okay.
Technology, obviously it changes.
Yeah.
But how are people going to react? How is society going to be different?
So you're thinking about it more from the people side
Yeah.
than like the tech side.
Even though the tech is what's driving those changes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, thinking about like what we do now versus 50 years ago.
Like how we interact, how we work, how we play, everything.
Everything. So instead of like flying cars,
Right.
which, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
We could have flying cars, maybe.
We might, yeah.
What's something that we just can't even imagine now? That in 50 years is just going to be like, yeah, of course we have that.
Well, okay, think about it like this. Personalized medicine based on your own DNA.
Wow.
That could be commonplace. Like we could be eradicating diseases.
So no more like cancer.
Potentially, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Think about augmented reality, where, you're walking down the street and you've got all these digital interfaces.
Oh, so like instead of having our phones, it's all
Uh-huh.
just like projected.
It's projected right there in front of you.
Wow.
And what about AI? I mean, are we talking about tools? Or are we talking about, like, sentient beings that we have to deal with?
Oh, that's a whole ethical thing right there.
Yeah, exactly. It's really fascinating to think about.
Yeah. But that's big questions.
It is.
It's like how do we even approach that? Well, speaking of things changing,
Yeah.
the excerpt mentions fashion.
Mm-hmm.
So like right now we have, trends and things come back.
It's all cyclical.
So will it still be like that in 2074?
Well, fashion, it always seems to reflect what's going on.
Like in society?
Yeah, like what are people worried about? What are people excited about? So will we still have fast fashion? Or will it be more about sustainability?
Oh, interesting. Like, will we be making our own clothes again?
Maybe. Or maybe technology will just revolutionize everything.
What do you mean?
Like, imagine clothes that change with the weather.
Oh, wow.
Or that, like, integrate with all your devices.
So, like, you don't need a phone. Your shirt is your phone.
Exactly.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about you? What are you wearing in 2074?
I don't even know. Maybe I'm wearing, like, a bioluminescent suit that changes color.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, or something.
No, who knows, right?
Okay.
That's the fun part. We don't know.
That's right.
Okay, so politics. I mean,
Oh, boy.
trying to predict politics 50 years out,
Almost impossible.
it's got to be nearly impossible.
Yeah.
But what are some things that could, like, shape the political landscape?
Well, we've got the climate crisis.
Yeah.
That's not going away. So how are countries going to deal with that? Are we going to work together? Or are we going to, like, fight over resources?
Oh, that would not be good.
No, it wouldn't. And then, we've got AI. How does that factor into politics?
Like, will AI be making decisions?
Potentially.
Wow.
I mean, if AI is really as smart as people think it might be, then why not?
I mean, that's a good point.
It's something to think about.
We've seen things change so much, even just in the past 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, think about all the, like, global
the
events.
political landscape shifts so quickly.
It really does. All right, let's lighten things up a little bit.
Yeah.
What about influencers?
Oh, interesting.
Like, what does that even mean in 2074?
Yeah, is social media still around? Are we all just, like, plugged into the metaverse?
Oh, is that what it is?
Maybe, who knows? Are algorithms still controlling everything we see? Or is it something completely different?
Yeah. So, like, instead of seeing, makeup tutorials or whatever's popular now, maybe it's, like, experts in fields we don't even know about yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Like virtual architects
Oh, that's cool.
or, like, space travel experts.
Yeah, helping us navigate the cosmos.
Wow. That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
But then, how do we know what's real?
That's a great question.
With all this information?
Do we have AI fact checkers? Or do we just have to be really good at critical thinking?
Ooh, that's a scary thought.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot to consider.
Well, our little journey into the future has to end somewhere.
Sadly, yeah.
But time, it keeps on going. But we looked at a lot of different things.
We did, from tech to fashion to politics.
Yeah, and who knows what else is going to happen.
The possibilities are endless.
They really are. But before we go, I have one more question for you.
Oak?
If you could save one thing from today for people in 2074, what would it be? Think about it. And until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep imagining the future.